Welcome to What's the Problem podcast. We're here with Craig, Danger Duncan.
Hey, what's up, baby?
Craig,
What up?
you started this gym 7 months ago.
Yeah,
How does this make you feel that you've come this far?
man. I always say thank God for everything, man. All glory to God. I know I've been through a lot when it comes to this boxing, and to see my dreams actually start coming true after all my hard work, man. It's amazing. I love it. The growth that the gym has been in just 7 months. It's incredible, man. It's incredible.
You have a lot of fighters. You have Ryan Main,
Mm-hmm.
Val, Alex, Kevin, all of these fighters that help you. And how does that?
Well, being that I used to box, amateur and professionally, I always say that I've walked that road already, and to be able to, give back a little bit of my knowledge that I've gone through, it's what makes me get up every day and feel excited to teach, and I'm honored that they would want to come and work with me and learn from me. So I mean, I love it. It's a great feeling, bro. It's a great feeling to give back. I always thought, when I stopped boxing, back in 2018, when I stopped competing, I was like, man, I was kind of down a little bit. Like, am I gonna, what am I gonna do now, man? My dream, my passion was boxing, and how can I still be a part of it? And I found it. God gave me the ability to, still teach and get out of boxing and not have any injuries, major injuries. To still have memory. To tell these guys, the way that I learned. And found a way to teach everyone to learn the art of boxing. I love it. I love it, man. I love teaching you, the kids, and no matter. I always say boxing's for everyone, right? And it doesn't matter if you're a child, a kid, or a professional athlete. If you're an MMA fighter, a boxer, amateur fighter, pro fighter, we can all learn.
Your professional record is 11-1.
Yep,
Not many
11.
people can say they got one loss.
Yeah,
Your
man.
only loss is to Quentin Rankin.
Yeah, man. Man, listen, that fight, honestly, shout out to Quentin, but it was one of my number one cardinal rule. I always say train hard, fight easy, right? And life taught me from that fight, you need to stick to your rules. I didn't train for Quentin. I took Quentin on 3 days notice, and I wasn't training. I for my whole amateur career and thus my pro career, I was always healthy. I didn't drink. I would have if I went out with my friends, I would have water and lime, a pitcher of water and lime. So I wouldn't drink and wouldn't do anything like that. But when I got the call to fight Quentin, at that time I was drinking, and I wasn't training, I wasn't running or anything like that. And someone came to me and said, "Yo, there's a fight in I think North Carolina or South Carolina." But in the amateurs, I remembered I beat everybody. I was fifth. I had 51 fights in the amateur, 46-5. And I won the USA regionals 4 years in a row, Golden Gloves and all that. And I was thinking, yo, dude, you beat everybody in North Carolina anyway. So who they gonna put up against? So 3 days, 3 days. I got the call in 3 days because I sparred with someone, just regular, just sparred, and the guy was supposed to fight Quentin, and I ended up stopping the dude and sparring. And his coach came to me and was like, "Bro, I'd rather you go instead, man. It's North Carolina. You've won all of them, all the fights in North Carolina for the USA regional title. Ain't nothing. I was like, all right, man. At first, I was like, nah, I'm not training. I'm going against my core new rule. You know, you got to train hard, fight easy. And I was like, finally, they kept talking to me and they talked me into taking the fight. And I took the fight, you know. And when I got there, confident, I found out that I was the co-main event on Roy Jones' undercard. And I'm like, oh, snap. I found that out the weigh-ins after we weighed in. And I was like, man, wow. Roy, all right, bet. You know, so I started thinking, like, dang, really should have trained.
It's Roy Jones. You're on a Roy Jones card, yeah.
He's on Roy Jones card. So I was like, all right, bet. So we fought. We got there. First round, you know, I'm doing my thing. And I dropped him. I was like, yeah, all right, man. Nothing. Rounds go on, and I believe in the fourth round, he caught me with a hook. But the hook, he didn't hit me with his fist. As he followed through, he hit me with his elbow. And split
your eye.
My eye, bro. And you know, I dropped. No, he split me with that thing. I looked down, and I can always remember I had my white Jamaican trunks. So I had Jamaican strips down the middle, and then white. And I looked down, bro, and I saw the blood. The first time I ever gotten cut. Shocker to me, bro. I looked up, and he comes with I think it was an overhand or something, bro. Drops me. Boom! I go down, Ben, and the ref, what I can remember, the ref, he comes right over me instantly. And he's like this. He's like, I feel like he's like holding. I'm like, man, get off. So I get up. When I stand up, the eyebrow, he looks at my eyes and he's like, he waves it off, bro. I was heated. One, that was my first loss. That was actually my sixth fight as a pro. My first loss. And man, that feeling that I got after that, it killed me, bro. It killed me. And I didn't know if I wanted to, you know, get back in there. But then speaking with my mom, and, you know, my mom loves me to death. She kind of brought me back. She was like, you know, this happened for a reason, Craig. It happened for a reason. Now, for me, every day, the reason why I made the slogan, or I say the slogan, train hard, fight easy, is because every day I wake up and I look in the mirror and I see that scar, and it reminds me, yo, you have to, don't underestimate no one, bro. What got me to where I was my hard work, was my discipline. You know, running 5 miles, 2.5 miles to the gym, train, and then I got to run back home from Monday to Friday. Every Sunday, I would run 9.2 miles. Why? It was just because I wanted to train myself and
to go those later rounds.
Exactly, to get in those rounds, and I didn't do that. I was talked into, you know, taking this fight, and I mean, it was a mistake, but I've learned in my life, bro. You learn from good, and you also learn from bad.
Yeah.
Right? That mistake that I made helped me to help the younger fighters coming up. Like, dude, do your road work, man. Do your training. You know, put your hard work in, because I promise you, if you continue putting your hard work, you will get good out of it.
So now, since you have your slogan, train hard, fight easy, and you learn from it, do you tell it to all your other fighters, like
yes,
Jova,
absolutely,
Val, Ryan, all of them?
Because I tell them, I always say, like, dude, you got to do what the other person is doing and more. Once you do everything that you have to do, bro, in that fight, into your training, your fight is the fight's not won that night of the fight. It's what's done in here, in the ring, in the gym. You know, when no one's looking, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna, okay, it's time to sleep, so he's sleeping, I'm gonna sleep? No, you sleeping, I'm working, bro. And this scar reminds me every day. So when I train others, you see, when you do my circuits, I make sure you do the circuits first, and then you got to box, because the fight is really, a real fight is in those later rounds. Is when we're both tired. Now, let's see, did you push harder than me? Did you really put in the work that I put in? Did you really get up and run your miles? You've been to my backyard. Remember
The
when
hills,
we
yeah.
do the hills, right? That was a little stem off of something that I learned when I was at Apopka High School, when I was playing football. We used to do stadiums, and the stuff that we do, except for the bear crawl backwards, I put that one in. I added that. But Apopka football, they would have us do the stadiums, the bear crawls, the bunny hops, up the stadiums. So I used to do that to myself in my backyard, bro. The workouts that I put y'all through in that backyard is what I did to myself. I would get up and go out back, bro, and I would hit them hills. You know what I'm saying? And I did that to myself. And that was after that loss. I used to do it before the loss, but I didn't do it leading up to Quentin's fight, right? So I didn't push myself. So that's why every training that we have, and I say, yo, all right, I need you to get tired, bro. I want you to get tired. Now that you're tired, now you can learn, actually retain. I took that too from the military, the Army. I never was in it, but from the guys that I've been around that's been in it, they the basic training, right? Hell Week, all that. They break you down and then they build you back up. So this hard work that we do, train hard, fight easy, this is why we do it. And this is something that I've gone through, and it helped me, so I pass it on to you guys,
So,
to the pros, to the Emmys, to everyone.
so out of all the sports you chose to do,
Mm-hmm.
what made you come across saying, I want to get punched in the face for a living?
Well, so I've played basketball. I played football. I played baseball. I've ran track. I've wrestled. I boxed. I've played table tennis. But with all those sports, the reason why I fell in love with boxing, honestly, I always wanted to do it. My mother, I did karate too. My mother didn't want me to do the fight. She did not want it. She was against it, bro. She was against the whole boxing thing, and I loved playing sports, but the individuality, the being individual. The team sports, that's fine. That's everyone comes together. It builds you. Come together. But if we lose a football game, it's not because of one person. If one person takes off from training or not being in that mindset of work hard, train hard, fight easy, then you have a reason for losing. You'll be like, oh man, it was his fault. He didn't catch that pass, or what I'm saying, he didn't make that shot. So I'm saying the individual sports, the wrestling, the boxing, that was more of me, and it fits right along with individually. Train hard, fight easy. I was wrestling, and one of my wrestling teammates in high school, he found the gym, Jim and Chrissy Martin, back in the day, right? And he was like, yo, I found a gym, whatever. So my mom is a registered nurse. So when I get out of practice, she'd already left to go to work. She did overnight. So my boy was like, yo, I found a gym. So I was like, oh, word? Always wanted a box. Let me come and check it out. Let's go. So I go in there, and Juan Perez was the coach. And he took me under the wing. We all went in as a group. We trained or whatever, and he never charged. He just let me learn. Never charged me because I think he saw something in me. And out of everyone that went, I was the only one that stayed in the gym. All right. And again, mom still doesn't know. This was my senior year of high school. Mom still doesn't know. So we trained for a couple of months, and I was about to go off to college, and I was like, all right, bet. Sunshine State games came up, and Juan was like, hey man, you want to come do the Sunshine State games, the state tournament? I was like, yeah man, I would love to, man, but my Dukes don't know I'm doing this. He's like, what? Man, are you crazy? You just talk. I was like, man, it's all good. I'm gonna talk to her. So I bring her the slip. She has to sign off for me to go. She's like, what? You really, Craig? You've been doing it? It's like, Mom, look, I'm going to college, right?
You're doing everything you have to.
I'm doing everything I have to. I made it into college, Ma. We're leaving. I'm good. I always wanted to do this. She's like, all right, man, just don't freaking come in here hurt, whatever. Don't get hurt, whatever. But I trained my butt off, bro. So my first fight, we went up to Tallahassee. So she signed off, and I went, and I ended up winning it. You know, Juan took me under his wings, and he taught me everything that I needed to know about boxing.
Now, did that fight after you won? Did that change your mom's perspective?
Nope.
No.
She was like, "Okay, you got your thing.
Now you're done."
Now you're done." So I went off. I went off to college, and I did 2 years in Michigan, Division III school, Olivet. And when I came back, I went into the workforce. I went back and I studied in Michigan to be it's a hypers major. So it's basically physical therapy, personal training kind of thing. And when I got back, I got into plumbing because they were making money. Bro, plumbers were making stupid money. I was making like $3,000 a week.
I think they still make money.
I'm telling you. So I was like, man, I don't know. I'm try this. So I tried it, and I got word that Kimbo Slice, the backyard fights. So in a popcorn, my brother Norman Robinson, he found out that they were gonna do like some backyard fights, and they putting up money or whatever. So I was like, shoot, sure, I'll do that. I used to fight back in the day, you know what I mean? So what's up? So I go back to the gym. Juan was still at Jim and Christie's in Apopka, and I went in, and Christie was there instead, right? And I was training and getting ready, and then I told them why I was doing it, and they were like, "Nah, you're not doing that. You're here now. Let's go." Before I left for college, they were still trying to. They were like, "Yo, why don't you just go to UCF or one of those? You can still box. You're still at the gym."
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "Nope, you're going else. You're going over there, bro. You got to go there." So we went, and like I said, when I got back, Christy was there, and I was doing my thing, training wise, getting ready for that backyard fight. And they were like, "Nah, that's dangerous. If you're gonna do it, you should do it correct." And I fell in love with it ever since. I was known for power, right? For knockout power. So that it's gonna sound crazy, bro, but the feeling that I got when I put someone out, when I knock people out, bro, it's a weird, it feels great.
Nobody's supposed to feel happy.
Yeah. It was a different feeling that I got when that happened, and I never wanted to hurt, like really hurt someone, but that feeling when you get that connection, and then oh snap, no, he's no longer standing there.
Yeah.
And the roar of the crowd. Oh my goodness.
Now, Christy Martin also spoke on when you were an amateur, you used to walk around with white and pink shorts.
Yep.
White and pink trunks.
So that was Christy's team colors, right? White and pink. That's what she fought in. White and pink. So the team was there. And bro, it was crazy because
I think her words actually were, "You have a Craig with really big, can really crack somebody walking around with white and pink trunks on."
Pink, bro. I'm telling you, that white and pink. Shout out to Christy, man. Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much for everything that you've done, and thank you for coming back into my life, and for all that we're doing and what we're building, the champions that we're building. But that pink and white, bro. Like I would come in and people look like, "Look at this dude got pink and white on, bro. What is this, bro?"
And they get laid out.
They get laid out, bro. I'm telling you, it was crazy. It was crazy. But remember, so Christy was basically I should say, one of the pioneers of women's boxing. She was the face of women's boxing. She fought on Tyson's undercard. Tyson would literally say, "Yo, I want her on my undercard, please." You know what I mean? And the way how Christy and Jim Martin intensified my power, right? They taught me how to twist, how to really dig in with my feet, because power comes from the ground up. And, a lot of things that Jim taught me back in the day, I just took it and I made it into my own. I kind of revamped it a little bit, because boxing changes as the years go on. We advance. We learn how to how to tweak it a little bit to go to our fighting style. And I'm so thankful for them. I'm it starts with foundation. So it first started with Juan, right? Shout out to Juan, and I'm honored to say that he is actually back. He's helping me here at the gym, and that's one of the most fulfilling feeling you can feel, to say, oh snap, the circle of life. Juan was the first man to ever wrap my hands for a fight, and I turned out to be the first man to wrap his son's hands. So that full circle.
Not many people can say that.
I'm telling you, that's what 2004 was when I first met Juan, bro, to now, and he's back in my life, and I'm able to. In 2004, he wrapped my hands, and now I'm the first. I think last year, Junior fought, and I wrapped his hands, and I was the first person to actually wrap his hands. So I mean, the full circle boxing, man. Boxing is life.
You went to Japan to watch Giovanni Estella
corner him. Yep.
Fight Aaron McKenna.
Yes, bro.
How did you like your experience in Japan?
Dude, Japan was awesome. I would go back yesterday. The food, the 7-Eleven, bro, 5-star meals, bro. I'm telling you, it was amazing. The people were great. They were very uniformed though. Like, they walked on one side. If you're on this side, you got to go that way. If you're on this side of walking, bro, on the street, you're going here. And everyone's looking down on their phone, but they knew where they were going. It was crazy. One point, someone got upset at me because I walked on the wrong side, right? Because they got turned. That's all you see. But It was amazing, man. And the experience with Jova, being able to train Jova and to be a part of Jova's team, man, and the honor I got for them to call me and say, yo, I need you in my corner to be here in Japan, bro. It was life-changing. It was life-changing. And that fight with Jova, man, I already respected Jova, right? And he further let me respect him even more because of what he did in that fight.
He took some heavy shots and did not drop.
He did not. He didn't want to.
In my opinion, to be honest, when the ref stopped it in the 10th round with that 1 minute left, the time the ref should have stopped it, around like 6 through 8,
and he didn't.
And then she didn't, or he didn't.
So
I think the ref should have let him ride out that last 30 seconds to a minute.
And indeed, but we as coaches also have to protect our fighters, right? Jova is a warrior, bro. When I tell you the leading up to that last round, bro, me and Poppy sitting in the corner and he's taking punishment, and I'm looking at Poppy looking at me, and I'm like, bro, I don't know, Pop. And he's like, I know. So we walk up there, bro, and I promise you, I looked at Jova and I said, bro, listen, I am honored to be here, bro. I respect you, and I'm so proud of you, bro. And he goes, no, don't you do it. Don't you do it. I'm like, looked at Pop looked at me. Like, all right, man, come on. You got to fight. You got to move, though, bro. You got to fight. You got to do. You got to move. But the heart when Jova looked me in my eye, bro, I was trying to be big bro, like, yo, it's good. You know, he's like, don't do it. He didn't want to stop it, bro. And I'm like, dog, because of that, I will run, I would die, I would protect, I would lift him for what I saw. In that moment, me and him looking in my eyes, and he said, yo, don't do it. Damn. So shout out to Jova, bro. Love you, little bro. Man, you a warrior, bro. You a warrior. I'm riding with you, bro.
Ryan Main is one of your popular fighters signed to Boxlight. When you say train hard, fight easy, do you push that on Ryan?
Dude, I've been pushing that on Ryan since the first day we met at UFC gym, bro. And kid, he's a wrestler, right? He's a wrestler. So he's already had that dog in him. That dude, wrestling is one of the hardest sports, fatigue wise, bro. The regiment that we went through in wrestling, you have to be a dog, and he brings that. He brings that. So now what we've done is we've infused his wrestling and his boxing. You know, I was his first boxing coach, and you know, up until now, we're still here. You know, and for him, in the first 2 to 3 years of him training with me, I never let him fight, and he kept begging me, bro, let me. Nope, not yet, not yet. Train. He sparred with me, and I mean, I dragged him through the mud, and he withstand it. You know what makes a diamond? Pressure, right? Mm-hmm. And I put him through a lot to make him be the way how he is now. You know, and imagine this. I won't take full credit on it. I have to give it to him because he could have broke in the first, but he stayed fast. He believed. He trusts the process. You know, he trained hard and he fights easy. He makes the fight look so easy. You know, I'm honored. He's like a little brother to me, and I'm honored that, you know, to be a part of his team. You know,
he's coming off a win against Gabriel with a body shot knockout. Yes, how did you feel about that?
I loved it. You know how long we've been trying to tell him to go to the body, and for him to sit down on that punch. So, you know, that's what I love about Ryan. I always tell people that you need to be a sponge, right? So a sponge, meaning in boxing, you go around and you'll absorb everything, and whatever works for you, bro, you keep it. Whatever you don't, you squeeze it out, right? And he's done that. He's done that. Ryan has done everything I've told him to do. He has literally trusted the process. Even when he does not want to do it, he does it, you know? And, you know, the training, the hills, same way how I was out there by myself. Come on, Rob. We're at the house, and it's just me and him out there. And he used to do the hills all by himself. You know, during COVID, come on, hills. Come on, man. Everything's come on. All right, man, I'm there. You know, so he's pushed. And to be where he's at, when I say train hard, fight easy, that goes with everything in life. You know what I mean? If you really want something, bro, you got to put that work in. You put the work in and you put more. You know, you really want to fight for something, this is it. I saw a saying a couple years back, you know, when you want it as bad as you want to breathe, bro, you'll achieve it. You know what I'm saying? You stay consistent to something that you really, really are into. You might not get it today. You might not get it tomorrow, bro. But I promise you, you might not get it in a couple of years. But I promise you, if you stay consistent, it's going to click. It will click. I promise you. You just have to stay consistent. You know, another saying that I like to tell people, consistency is key. When you're consistent, you'll get to where you want to be, bro. It don't matter what's thrown in your life. I say boxing is life, bro. It doesn't matter what's happening. If you stay consistent to what you want, bro, you will get it. This gym, I've wanted this gym since I first stepped into the gym, 2024. I fell in love with it. I went to college to train people, and now I've gotten it. I've stayed consistent. I didn't get this gym until the first of this year, January 1st. That's when my dream actually came, and that is, I am 40 years old now, so I'm gonna say it took me till I was 39 to actually step and get keys to this to my dream, and to see all my hard work pays off. Remember, you might not get it today, you might not get it tomorrow, you might not get it in a year. Like I started into 2024, bro. Yeah. 2004, 2005, I have my dream. You know, you just got to stay consistent with everything, bro. In your training, look how far you've came along. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. When it clicks, it will click. When you realize what you're doing and you find a comfort zone in the boxing ring, then you'll see your fruits of your labor. So to my advice to any young person or anyone coming up, bro, stay consistent to what you want. You're gonna have storms. It's not gonna be easy. When you're trying to build muscle, you gotta tear your muscles. You gotta go through this. You have to go through the struggles. And instead of me saying, "Oh, woe is me" about my struggles, bro, I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for my struggles because it made me stronger. It gave me the opportunity, everything that I've went through, it gave me the opportunity to help you. If you're coming up and you start going through some stuff, I'm like, all right, I've been through this. All right, bro, check it out. So this is what you got to do. You got to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I love this. The boxing, it's not just a gym. Boxing is not just boxing. It's not just two barbaric people going at it. It's life, bro. Boxing is life. And whatever you in life, whatever you put in, is what you're gonna get out. You put in negativity, bro, you're gonna get negativity. You put in positive, you're gonna get positive. You know what I'm saying? The mind is very powerful, right? I'm gonna do a little thing with you. Do not think about a purple elephant. What did I tell you not to think of?
A purple elephant.
In order to say it, you have to think about it. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you tell yourself you're having a good day, you're having a good day. If you tell yourself, I'm going to be a world champion, bro, you're going to be a world champion. You tell yourself you're going to be a millionaire, you're going to find out that you are a millionaire.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So just what you put out is what you'll get. What you say, be very careful of the things you say about yourself. You know, oh, I can't get this. Then guess what? You're going to get it. You know what I'm saying? You got to stick to it. That's the consistency that you have to have in life. You know, and that's for you. That's for me. That's what I've learned. You know, not everything gets to me anymore. You know, if it does, if it's bad, all right, that happened. All right, so be it. Whatever. But I'm going to change it. You know, and it's up to you to change it. It's up to you to be like, yo, all right, man, the day is going good. Even though you think you're having a horrible day. No, the day is going, there's good in it. There's something good in it. You got up. You woke up. There's plenty of people that did not wake up this morning. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's why I say boxing is life. You connect all together.
When did your mom finally realize, like, he's into this sport, I'm going to have to deal with it?
My mom is my biggest supporter. Even though she did not want me to box, she tried to make it to every fight that I've had. And to tell you that in an arena or in a stadium or wherever I'm at, I can hear my mother. I can hear her, bro. She did everything in her power to block me from danger and to teach me to get away from danger. She protected me in so many ways. To this day, she still protects me, bro. You know, and I owe my mom everything, bro. I owe her everything. She has done so much for me. You know, even though sometimes I thought, yo, why she don't let me do this, man? No, she's teaching me. She's guiding me. She's making me, you know, don't walk that way. Don't, you know what I mean, do this. The reason why I told you not to do this because she knows if I do this, then I'm gonna end up over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna end up falling off. The boxing in the beginning, she was like, okay, you got your one little fight. Mm-hmm. Take your behind to college. Shit. Go get a degree, damn it. Because that's one thing they can never take from you. You can never take your knowledge, right? The knowledge of boxing. There's one thing, no matter what. I wasn't the best in school, bro. I hated school. I was not. But there's one thing that I can truly say. By her letting me go off to college and learning, I can actually, to this, in my year of 40, I can teach someone something that has to go with boxing. You ask me something about boxing, the form, the feet, whatever, where to turn your hands over. Like, I will dissect you and put you in the right position to make you know your feeling, so you feel safe when you're throwing the punch or boxing. You know what I mean? So my mom, bro, I'm thankful for her, bro. honestly, if it wasn't for her, bro, I probably wouldn't be here, bro.
So when fighters come to you before when they're like a junior or a senior and they want to fight pro, do you have a certain rule that they have to like graduate first or?
All right, so everyone learns different. Everyone, like me, right? I was blessed. God blessed me with the ability to crack, to throw some real shots. Everyone learns different. So when they come in, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, I see you hitting the bag. You're blasting the bag. Oh, damn, dude, you should be. You can definitely be a pro." It's not just that. It's not just hitting. It's the object of the game is to hit and not get hit. So you have to be well rounded. You have to be able to protect yourself, not just win, not just knock somebody out. No, you got to know how to protect yourself. So the defense, your offense has to be right. Everything has to be. Your mindset has to be right. You know, it's not okay. I see a guy and that's a big dude. He's gonna be a good fighter. The heck that mean? Tyson was what? One of the smallest heavyweights in the world, bro. Cracking big old giants, bro. That don't mean nothing. There's a formula to boxing, right? And the formula that worked for me might not work for you. But as a coach, as a boxing coach, I have to find one that works for you. You have a different fighting stance than what I have, a different style, right? You have a different fighting style than I do. Mm-hmm. Everyone has their different ways. Mm-hmm. What makes you feel comfortable in there might not make me feel comfortable in there, and vice versa. So me as a coach, I have to find that. I have to take my time. That's the passion of boxing. I'm not going to coach everybody to fight the same way. They can't. You can't. You have to fight your natural abilities. You have to use your natural abilities. You know, so that's one of the reasons why I love what I do. You know, is because I can teach different styles. You know.
How do you feel about Taz and Jova being in Team Combat League, doing the 1 round, 1 fight?
So that Team Combat League, I'm for it for a reason. There are goods and there's bads to it, right? There's positive and negative. The good thing about Team Combat League is that you actually stay active. You know, we can say that's a sparring match, but what do we do in the gym? We spar, right? To get ready for fights.
Yeah.
So the environment that it has, that Team Combat has, it helps like an upcoming fighter, right? To be in that surroundings. You know, you got the roar of the crowd. You've got you got somebody in front of that you can punch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm for it. I'm for it because it's gonna keep you. You can't say now, oh, I wasn't ready for a fight, for actual fight. You know. So shout out to Team Combat League. I like what y'all doing, man.
Does that 1 fight, 1 round affect, like when you want to do real fight now, like 10 rounds?
There goes the negative, right? So now you're only preparing for one fight.
Round. One round, 2 rounds maybe.
2 rounds maybe, right? That is the only negative that I can say about it, right? You know, but if you're preparing, whatever you prepare for is what you got to prepare for that particular fight just like that. Same way if you're preparing for, like, say, a 10-rounder, you're going to make sure you get as much 10-rounders in there as possible to prepare for that. So, you know, that's the only negative that I can say they can say about Team Combat League. But what they're doing, and it's helping out so many fighters because they're actually putting good money in their pockets, you know, while they're, let's say, the fighters that just coming out, right? If you're not signed to a promotional company or a company, you don't get paid. You gotta still work, and then afterward go to practice, go to training, and get ready for fights. So the way how they're here, you're doing a 1 round, so it's like training camp. You're getting paid for training camp. So I shout out to Team Combat, and also shout out to A Game, my official sponsors. Thank you. It's so delicious. You gotta hydrate yourself with A Game, baby. Hydrate. Shout out to A Game.
Now, Chino just got signed to Queensberry Promotions.
Let's go. Listen, I call Chino Diablo, right? This kid, amazing, bro. His ringmanship, the intensity,
IQ.
smart IQ. Look, he is gonna go far. That kid is special. He is special.
And
You
one
know?
of your other fighters that just got signed, Omari.
Yes, bro. I'm proud of him, man.
Banger.
Little bro, Banger. Shout out to Banger. You know, I got the opportunity to go to go and support him in Paris for the Paris Olympics, man. That he is different. Banger is different, bro, and I love where he's going, and I support him 1,000%, man. He when he came, he said he's gonna make the Olympics, and I can promise you, there is the saying. It goes back to it: train hard, fight easy. The hills, right? When we're doing the hills, you know the hills suck.
Hills are terrible.
The hills suck, bro. This man would call me and say, "Yo, we at hills today," because we used to do it Sundays, right? And even when everybody else was like, "No, no, we're not doing it today," he's like, "Yo, we in hills." He'll call me and tell me, "Yo, we doing hills." And I'm like, "Yo," and he's there, and you know how intense it was.
Yeah.
He's always trying to be the first one up the hill.
Same with Ryan.
You know what I'm saying? Him and Ryan, you know what I'm saying? They go at it on them hills, man. So for him, his dreams came true because he stayed committed. He learned how to let go and let God, bro. And he really put his faith and his trust in God that God was gonna get him to where he needed to be. And you know, a lot of times we would talk on the phone leading up to the Paris Olympics. You know, those whole years that he was with us, and you know, he just kept saying, "Yo, I'm there." And I kept reassuring him that, dog, you will be there. And to come out as the only Olympian to medal
In the
the
United
U.S.
States.
Come on, man. He consistency is key. When you're consistent, you'll get to where you want to be. He was consistent in every aspect. Whatever we asked him to do, he did it. He trusts the process. You know, whether it be the strength conditionings, you know, whether it be he'll, yo, big bro, yo, what about this? Show me how to do this real quick. And I'd go out and again, I had a grain of help that I helped with him in his career. And just a little sprinkle. Everything else was him. His mindset, you know, comes into the gym. He say hi to everybody, whatever. But what is he doing? Getting ready. Going right to his work, bro. So he stayed consistent with it.
In his last fight at the press conference, him and Nishant Dev, they fought in the Olympic qualifiers. And there's arguments that Nishant Dev got robbed in that fight. What do you think about that? I watched the fight. Yes. I think Omari won.
Exactly.
I thought Omari won.
Now you're always gonna have a salty.
You
know, you're a loser,
fighter,
so
yeah.
you lost. So
yeah.
You're gonna find all the excuses that to not why I didn't. You know, they robbed me. No, Omari performed a ring IQ on him. He boxed his ears off. See what I'm saying? So the distance, keeping his distance, knowing when to clinch, knowing when to the smarts, right? Like I always say, Amari is different, bro. I call him Spanky McSpank McDougal. All right? That's his name. That's from me. Spanky McSpank McDougal. You know, so salty. But I do see it looks like they're trying to build them both up to meet at the top. So
do you think it would be a different outcome at the top, or do you think Omari still?
I still think yes.
You still think it's going to be the same?
Still, because with Amari knows his distance, like, and I think it's because of karate when he used to like that. He's not gonna let him touch him. Bro. Amari's different. Spanky McSpank McDougal is his name. Shout out to you, bro.
Do you think Omari wins by like he takes him to the distance, or do you think he'll knock him out?
I think take him to the distance.
Yeah,
I do. I think he's gonna box. He's gonna give him a boxing clinic. He's definitely gonna give him back, and he has been developing Amari's development with the team, his team, they're doing amazing on that side, and with his strength conditioning, and I say the sky's the limit for that kid, as long as he continues to keep God first and stay true. He's gonna go far.
What made you fall in love with the sport of boxing? That like made you go from football, wrestling, tennis to boxing?
Honestly, man, you gonna make me sound like I'm evil or something. Knocking people out, man. That's it right there. Honestly, man. It's actually what made me fall in love with boxing, bro, is the roar of the crowd. The crowd is what fueled me, bro. It felt amazing. It feels amazing to have people come up to you and be like, yo, let me get your autograph, let me get a picture with you. You know what I'm saying? Because of all the hard work that you put through. Like I when I was younger, I'd always say, yo, I want to be a world champion. I want to do that. But then as I got older, I realized, bro, it's the people, the kids, the adults that look up to you because of what you do. You can be an inspiration to people through boxing. Everyone always say, yo, boxing is a violent sport. No, don't look at that. Don't look at that. You look at what boxing can take you. Dude, you know that boxing got me, those gloves got me to sit in Floyd Mayweather's mansion, to be around Floyd.
You were around Floyd?
To be around Floyd, bro. To be at the gym, to train with them. You know what I'm saying? Got me to be in the same room, talk like we're talking with like 50 Cent. Dude, there's so much. Anthony Durrell, all of them that they've brought me to see people in places that I would have never dreamt of seeing. I was born in Jamaica, right? Jamaica, West Indies. Zinc top houses. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gregory Park. Who would have thought, running around with no shoes, climbing trees, and, you know what I'm saying, would bring me into boxing. Boxing would bring me to sit in front of Floyd, bro, to hear Floyd, I got a picture on my IG that I got when I was way back then when I had Floyd's Bugatti keys in my hands, and I'm like, dude, the dream of what boxing can take me, where boxing can take me. Boxing can take you far, bro. Boxing can take you out of the slums. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm in love. That made me fall in love with boxing and the people.
You brought up Anthony Durrell.
Yeah.
You also fought Caleb Plant.
Oh yeah, man.
In the Injured, who Caleb Plant had a viral knockout on Anthony Durrell.
Yeah, bro. I sparred both Anthony and Andre.
Who won against you and Caleb Plant?
Caleb won, but everyone, just to say how it happened. So I chased him around the whole ring. So the tournament, I think it was 2011 Golden Glove Nationals, and we had Odin in there, all the killers in the 175, 178 division, because now it's down to 175 for the amateurs, right? So 178 division, and dude, we all was like, yo, we're gonna get Caleb, we're gonna take him out. So one by one, bro, we went up against Caleb, and he boxed. He ran, boom. I personally thought I won, personally. And then when I came out the ring, the crowd was like, yo, nah, you got that, bro. That's crazy. Some of the judges came, not the judges, but the officials, shook my hand, was like, son, that was, I was like, well, it's all good. And I'm honored to be here anyway. So, and shout out to Caleb, bro, for what he's doing and what he's done for the face of boxing, bro. I respect you, and keep doing what you're doing, bro.
How does that make you feel that one of the amateurs you fought is now one of the
top
biggest
dogs? That makes me feel amazing.
I mean, he's fought Canelo, viral knockout Anthony Durrell.
Amazing, bro.
Like, you didn't just lose to a bum.
Exactly.
You lost to someone who's a future world champion.
Indeed, bro. That's why. And then I've been like I've contacted a couple of times, like on IG and stuff like that, just saying what up to him. I'm honored to have been able to work to go against him, you know, to be one of his opponents. You know, it's honor. It shows that, you know, I whatever you put your mind to, bro, you'll get. You know what I mean? You put the hard work in, you'll get there, bro. Honestly. And then I also Marcus Brown. I lost to Marcus Brown at the 2012 Olympic trials. You know, and again, that one too, box. That's it taught me that you can't knock everybody out. And even though I was trying to win, I was trying to go for a highlight. I was, you know, but they got the wins, you know, from points, and it really taught me a lot about boxing, you know. And shout out to Marcus Brown as well. You know what I'm saying? I talk to him too on IG a lot. Shout out to him.
My last question for you, Chino. Yeah. Fights today.
Yes.
On overtime.
First time knockout. First round knockout.
First round?
I'm telling you right now.
Got me in the first round?
Bro, I'm telling you. Y'all have to go check out Chino, bro. Diablo. La Familia. Shout out to Team La Familia as well, man. Lamo number one. I can't say the other thing, but you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But no, Chino definitely hard worker. And again, he's going places. You know, his ring IQ, amazing. His power, bruh. That's why I say first. Remember I told you that. First round stoppage. Shout out Chino. Diablo. Un poquito.
I think we're done.
No doubt, bro. Man, shout out to you, man, for having me on, man, as your first guest. And, you know, the sky's the limit for you. You are the problem child, man. You will ask the questions that need to be asked. And, man, I really enjoyed this, honestly, man. It feels good to be able to express myself and, you know, just talk on the release. It helps. So I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey.